Designed as a National Historic Site in 1976, the grounds of Parliament Hill are recognised as one of Canada's most significant cultural landmarks, as well as a physical embodiment of the national government. The escarpment stairway connecting the hill with the Ottawa River is the first landscape intervention on Parliament Hill in 100 years. A premier example of urban institutional design, the project was required to honour the historic character of the hill's grounds. Landscape architect Diane Matichuk and her team at Civitas Architecture took on the challenge for this heritage landscape. Designed to meet heritage conservation standards, the modern stairway evokes the Victorian spirit of strolling through the rugged and low-profile staircase while incorporating stunning views of the Ottawa River landscape. Always in service to the wilderness character of the site, the stairway also creates an accessible, comfortable, and safe space for today's public. Anchored into the bedrock with durable and Canadian-sourced materials, the escarpment stairway is built to last and carry this heritage far into the future.
The Parliament Hill is a National Historic Site, and it's the grounds considered a classified landscape, which is made up of 3 zones, which is the formal front lawn, the pleasure gardens, which incorporate the building, and the escarpment. So anything that we're doing in our project was to make sure that we gave regard to the heritage character of that escarpment. So our mandate was to build for the next 50, 100 years. So we were looking at a staircase that was anchored into bedrock, that was made of durable materials, that would be low maintenance, and everything that we designed about the profile of the stairs was to be subservient to the wilderness character. So the staircases had a low profile in the landscape, and there was originally in the 1860s a Lover's Walk which was built, and it was very of that Victorian time. So we wanted to make sure that our project evoked that same spirit of strolling through the landscape. I could say that when the project was in construction, it was getting a lot of notice because the Ottawa River pathway is used by a lot of joggers. So we knew at that point that the joggers and the runners were going to be a main user, but when we were designing it for comfort, so that people of all ages, families would be comfortable and feel safe on it. And the way we laid it out with the major belvederes, we also had landings every time we had a switchback. So there's lots of place resting stall. So the upper part of it was to give people, good views over the river. The next level down was to get an appreciation of the experience of Lover's Walk. By the time you're mid-slope, then the experience for people is that of a forest landscape. And when you reach down to the bottom, we have these big wide views of the Ottawa River. So it was designed to achieve quality experience for all of the users. And after the first season that it was on, it was just full of people. That's very pleasing for the team to know that we did something right here. We were preserving existing elements such as the location of the ventilation tunnel, what was formerly the laboratory buildings, which became now a landmark belvedere, the original location of Lover's Walk, which we supported with retaining walls so that that location of Lover's Walk is there forever. And then we were being very conscious too of working with the existing trees that we wanted to keep. So there was at least 2/3 of the trees in the escarpment which were non-native, and the trees that we kept, we made sure that we, at the same time that we were working out the math to get the stairs crisscrossing the slope, we were incorporating those existing trees. The challenge was actually getting something that was lifted off the slope, that is as complicated as it is, and to be able to make sure that it was constructible at the end. Stone is an important part of the perimeter wall, which we're standing on. So we did create new retaining walls to replace some older dry stack walls. So they were all concrete with the St. Mark's stone, so it's compatible with the rest of the perimeter. And the wood on the stairs is a Douglas fir, so it's something that is sustainable and Canadian. And the railing was something that we did a lot of work on. We did many mock-ups of what the railing could look like. And even though we're giving regard to the past, the railings were designed with modern materials, modern construction. The Escarpment Stairway project won the Canadian Society of Landscape Architects Design Excellence Award. It was important to the team, for sure, to be sort of acknowledged for all the hard work. There was a commitment from so many team members in order to make the project come together, and so it was a pleasant surprise actually to win this, because when we have our heads down and we're doing the work, we don't really think that far ahead. Well, I think excellence is about giving respect to our history, our cultural assets, working with our natural environment, designing projects that are sustainable, but also because we're inviting people into our landscapes. So we want to make sure that we're offering the public challenges that encourage them to get out into our landscapes, and that when they are enjoying our landscapes, there are environments which are safe, that can be used for all ages, all different abilities. And I think excellence is be able for people to say that that's a beautiful landscape. When we've done all those things, in my mind, because we're not just creating a natural landscape, we're creating a built landscape, and this one was very much built, that the landscape, for all of its investment, gives back.